एतद् गृहकार्यं तत्र पदानि सन्ति सन्धिः कर्तव्यः तत्र सूत्राणि सन्ति तानि उपयुज्य चत्वारि एव सूत्राणि तान्येव उपयुज्य एव कर्तव्यम् अस्ति. So if you understood this Sasajashoruhu, basically the numbers are given 8 to 66, 8, 3, 14, which comes after that. Right? Tadanantaram dhralope dirghonah 6, 3, and then karvasanayo visarjaniyaha 8, 3, 15. Just a quick recap here. What is happening with Sasajashoruhu? Kim bhavati tatra Sasajashoruhu? Who wants to explain this? Avishka Bhagini.
The sakar at the end of a pad changes to ref.
Changes to ref. So this is 8 to 66. So yatra sakaraha at the end of the pada, that changes to refa. This will be applied in all the cases here. Right? So as we have seen here, all this dhanus, kandukas, dhenus, sarvatra sasajashoruhu sya prasaktihi bhavati tat sutram karyam karoti. Anantarameva. Now after that only you have to decide whether to apply this ro re and then subsequently dhalope dirghona and then skravasana visarjaniya. So first it will this Sasajashoruhu will apply if there is a sakara at the end of the pada. This sakara at the end of the pada, how is it coming there at the end of the pada? For what reason the sakara is coming here at the end of the pada? Kim bhavati punah?
That change into vibhakti.
Vibhakti.
Supratya.
Supratyasya sakarah vartate.
Yeah.
So that it, in this case it is prathama vibhakti ekvachanam, but it could be other vibhakti pratyaya also which will result into ending in sakara at the end. Tritiya vibhakti bahuvachanam asti. Maybe panchami vibhakti, shashti vibhakti ekvachanam or bahuvachanam kutrachit bhavati. So now atra prathama vibhakti ekvachanam. So that supratyanta padamasti atra munis tatra sajashashoruhu tatra refasya adeshah. Then you decide to whether to apply rori. Now some of you there is confusion here. Rori means everywhere rori, and because it is changing to refa here, right? Munis becomes munir. Some of you just applied this rori there because this changing to refa parivartanam abhavat anantaram then dhalope dirghona. So whatever is purva varnah asti tasyapi dirghah krita asti kaschit tatra. But what is the condition for applying rori? Rori, when does it work, or when should it be applied?
When it's on the both sides.
So simple. Sulabham asti atra rori, as it says ra, both the sides. So purva varna api refah, paravarna api refah asti chet tatra rori karyam karoti. So we will have to look at the where the re applies later. For example, ramate. Now in this case, rori can be applied, not other places where there is no ra later. So anantaram karvasanayo visarjaniyah. So etat kada karyam karoti? Karavasanayoho kada karyam karoti? Yeah, Suresh Mohoday. नास्ति म्यूट.
खरी परे अवसाने च रेफस्य विसर्गः आदेशः भवति.
रेफस्य स्थाने विसर्गादेशः. खरिपरे इत्युक्ते
खरी खर खर Kapha, cha, ta, ta, and then sha, sa, sa.
So that paravarna bhavet. So what is kha, cha, ta, ta, pa? Those are karkasha vyanjanani.
Karkasha vyanjanani.
So then avasane pare. So what is avasana? Avasana. Avasana must be
the last.
Yeah. At the end of the sentence or after that there is nothing. Virama. Avasana ityukte virama. So after that there is
Repasya visarga adesha.
Repasya visarga adesha. Visarga parivartanam. So what happens to Dhanus Satra? So we'll provide one. Okay, Sheila begin. Dhanus Satra. What are you going to apply here?
Dhanus Satra. First, Sa will change into Ra. After that, Nu will change into Dirgha due to Dranope, Dirghona.
No, why will it change to Dirgha?
Because O is Pratyahare.
Yeah, but first you have to check this, whether this is condition. Only see this Dralopi Dirghona comes into picture only when this is true. Rori is true.
Oh.
Okay.
Dhanur
not applied here then. Rori, that doesn't apply here, Rori.
Yeah, Rori doesn't apply. So what will it be? No, final form.
Dhanur atra.
Dhanu atra.
No, why are you making it Dirgha? This is not applying. The Dirgha is not applying.
Oh.
No, it remains as it is, that's all.
Yeah, so just a suggestion. Dhanur atra, that's it. Dhanur atra.
Oh.
Combine it and write it, but it is Dhanur atra.
What is Rori?
Rori is a sutram. So
Is a sutram if both padas and first pada end with Ra and then second pada starting with Ra, then one Ra will disappear.
yes. So that we'll see an example here. So Mahoday, again, I am requesting you to re-listen to the recordings after every class is over. When the recordings are posted, please listen to them again. Or at least coming to this class, listen to the last class again. Okay, so this Sujuro there. Now Dhanus. So atra kim bhavati? Another question here now. When Sheila Bhagini is saying that she is trying to apply this Dhralope Dirghanaha 60-13. Sashuro she applied, right? Dhanus Satra Dhanur Atra. Now Dhralope Dirghanaha 63111. She is trying to apply here, saying that it is Dhanu Atra. But now Yatha Idane Muktam, so you say that do not apply this. Don't apply this. This cannot be applied. Why? Why it can't be applied? Right? This we talked about it last week. Why this can't be applied now in this case? Anyone?
There is no ra on the other side.
Yeah, but this there is no dhara lope dirghana asti. Dhakara refasya lopa asti. There is no ref on the other side. That is one reason. Yes. So what is dhra lope? Dhakara refasya lope dirgha anaha. Dha and refa there must be lope of dha and refa. Right? Then only their purvasya dirghasya purvasya anaha dirgha bhavati iti. Parantu atra refa nasti. Okay. Uttam. Dhanus.
Dhanus is Dhanur and in turn it comes Dhanu. Dhanu.
हाँ धनु उत्तम सदृशोरुः धनुर् and खरवसानयो विसर्जनीयः अवसाने अस्ति रेफः अस्ति विसर्जनीयस्य आदेशः धनुः कन्दुकस् पतति
I don't know.
कन्दुकर् पतति समीचीनम् Then what? Is that the end? Is that the last form? Or is there any of these still can be applied? This. Sajashushoruhu is applied now. Fine. Kandukas became Kandukar. Anantaram kim? Anyasya kasya sutrasya prasakti asti kimatra?
Kandukaha.
Katham Kandukaha? Karavasanayoh visarjaniyaha asti. किमर्थं खर अस्ति अत्र परे करवर्णः with this karvarna pakarah
yes
it's a karkasha vyanjana and then mrudu varnaah mrudu vyanjanani. The difference I think everybody knows, right? Karta Mahoday?
So, I had a doubt about it, but then is I'm sorry, Kandukas Patati. What I got here is Kandukam Patati.
Kandukam Patati?
They just written like this. I was a bit confused about this.
No, Kandukam Katham. Kandukam is not here at all. We are just trying to use Kandukas Patati. We just go by the sutras. Sajashuruhu Kandukar. Okay. Then what next?
Yes, it is Kandukar first comes. Then afterwards only proceeding.
After that we have this Karavasanayo Visarjaniya because Pare.
Sutra is applied.
Pare means the Paravarnaha. Karvarna asti. Is this Karvarna or not? Pakara. Karta Mahoday. Is this Pakara Karvarna or not? Huh?
Yes, it is Paravarna.
So what? Karvarna is Karkasha Vyanjanani and Hashvarna are Mrudu Vyanjanani. Hash. What is Karkasha Vyanjanam, Mrudu Vyanjanam? What is that? They are simple to understand, right? What is the difference?
First and second colon of
Sure.
So either you go through this Hash, this Tatra Hash Kutra Asti Atra hash vyanjanani mrudu vyanjanani, khar vyanjanani, the rest of them are karkash vyanjanani.
Yeah.
Okay.
From khar to
all the vyanjana that can be also divided into two sections, right? Two categories. One is the hash means mrudu vyanjana, other is khar means karkash vyanjana. So all the vyanjanas are covered in these two categories. This ha is already, this ha, extra ha is already here. So this is also mrudu vyanjana. The hash mrudu vyanjanam, khar karkash vyanjanam. Now, if this is because the order is little bit different here, kapha chatata, so if it is difficult to remember, just as Bhagini said, just look at this. Look at this, right? First two columns and the last four, not last three. First two columns and last three shashasa. These are karkasha. Karkasha or khar vyanjanani. First two columns of the vargiya vyanjanam and last three of the avargiya shashasa. These are karkasha or khar. And these three columns, third, fourth, fifth of vargiya vyanjanani and yara, lava and ha. These are mrudu vyanjanani. They should be simple to remember. Right? So mostly we encounter the karkasha vyanjana most of the places in the karyam, sandhi karyam, tatra. The first two columns, kaka, chacha, tata, tata, papa, these are mrudu vyanjanani. These are karkasha vyanjanani. And these three columns, these are mrudu vyanjanani. So they should be easy to remember. So here what happens? So this comes in the first column, karkasha vyanjanam. So kandukasva, and karkasha vyanjanam asti chet, devasya visarge parivartanam karavasarjanam karavasami visarjaniya kandukas. Okay. So the rest should be similar. Deno satati, deno ratati, kavis likati, kavir likati. Because atra kavir, atra kavis likati, kim bhavati?
Sir, this Kandukas Padati, Kandukar Padati, then finally is it Kandukak Padati?
Kandukah iti visargah asti tatra. Kandukah patati.
Yes, understood, sir. Kandukak Padati.
And dheno satati, dheno ratati. No, kavis likati.
I was doubting why the Pradhama Vibhakti is Kanduka is Napunsaka-lingam, sir. Kanduka is Napunsaka-lingam.
No, it is Pullingam.
Yeah, okay, sir. That's what I was thinking.
That's why you are trying to convert it to Kandukam, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Kavis likati, Kavis likati. Kim bhavati?
Kavir likati?
So first what becomes kavir. And does it change Karavisanami Visarjaniya? Will this apply or not?
Kavir likati.
Yeah. Karavisanami Visarjaniya, will it apply or not?
No.
No. Why?
It is not khara vyanjana.
Yeah. Lakaraha mrudu vyanjana.
Yeah.
So idanim punah. So this is similar to this Kandukas Patati. This kapis, kapir and kapihi. Kapihi kurdate. Then this is what happens here. Kapis smayate.
Same thing because it's under kari.
Khar. Sakaraha karvana. Kapihi smayate. Here also kapihi. Avatane asti. Idanim atra
Kapiramate.
अत्र किञ्चित् विवरणं करोतु लक्ष्मीकान्त महोदय श्रोतुम् इच्छति वाट् इस् दिस् रो री कथं भवति इदानीं प्रक्रिया का अस्ति कपिश्रमते
प्रथममस्ति कपिस् इति कपिर् परिवर्तनं भवति
कपीरमते
अनन्तरं परवर्ण अपि च पूर्ववर्ण रेफः अस्ति लेपः रोरि सूत्रस्य योज रेफस्य एकरेफस्य लोपः भवति
कस्य रूपस्य पूर्वरेफस्य पररेफस्य
परवर्ण
पूर्वरेफ ओके
अनन्तरं ड्रलोपो दीर्घनः दीर्घोण्य
because dha both were so not both so dha repasya lopa abhavat idanim
कपीरमते
दीर्घ अणः पूर्वस्य अणः दीर्घः पूर्ववर्णः अस्य पूर्ववर्णः अण् वर्णः अस्ति चेत् तस्य अण् वर्णस्य रेफः भवति पूर्ववर्णः कः अस्ति इदानीम् इकारः इकारस्य दीर्घः इकार अण् अस्ति किम्
अनिति
अस्ति तस्य दीर्घः कपीरमते so rest of is
63111 is applicable.
Yes. Okay. So note that here, like I had sent the clarification on rho, right? The last week by mistake I said rho is okay. What is rho? Rho iti padasya vibhakti ka atra
षष्ठी विभक्ति
कस्य षष्ठी विभक्तिः प्रातिपदिकं किम्
Raha is a Pratipadikam Mahoday?
Raha.
Ru or Raha? Ru is a Pratipadikam.
शब्दस्य षष्ठी विभक्ति रूपांशं भवति रोः
Yeah, that is where I got confused how to figure out which vibhakti is given on the sutra.
Yeah. Roho, re. What is re now?
Re is Saptami.
Saptami. But it is not Saptami for Ru. It is Saptami for Ra.
Saptami for Ra. So this Ru, Ro, last week I sent the clarification. What does it say? Can somebody read? In the email? Or did you read it?
Rohri should be interpreted as Rahari, not Rohori, because Raha is a Shashti Vibhakti of Halantara, and Ri is a Saptami Vibhakti of Halantara.
So Punaha, can you go slowly? I think everybody needs to hear this.
Okay. Raha, Ri should be it should be interpreted as Raha, Ri, not Roho, Ri, because Raha is a Shashti Vibhakti of Halantara, and Ri is a Saptami Vibhakti of Halantara.
Okay, so yeah, do you want to explain it, Jayamad? What does it mean here?
The Shashti Vibhakti, which means
Shashti Vibhakti of what?
of,
In the email it is said. Yeah.
Avraha.
Huh?
Avra, Refa.
Not Ru.
Not
Shashti Vibhakti of Ru.
Anpratyahara.
Huh?
Shashti Vibhakti of Anpratyahara.
No. We are talking about Rori, not Dralopianaha. Okay.
I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, what I understand is that both are the Pratipadikam is still the Halantara. One is the Shashti Vibhakti, which usually in the sutra means in the place of, and the other one, which is the Paravarna, Saptami Vibhakti, of Halantara.
Yeah, so in the this is what I clarified in the last class while explaining the sutra. I think I said that this Ro is the Shashti Vibhakti of Ru, which is not. Yeah?
Yes.
And that's why I had sent it an email. Now let's look at this Halanta. Which
can we see the Vibhakti table of Ra?
Yeah, I'm coming there. Yes. So I'm going to this our Vibhakti table. Okay. Let's look at any Halanta Pullinga Shabda. Anything you can say. It doesn't have to be Ra. Anything else, for example, Pacha or Marat. So they all follow the same pattern. Say there is a Halanta Strilinga Shabda also Girar, but that's fine. So they are both are same. Whether it's Halanta Pullinga, Halanta Strilinga, they follow the same format everywhere. Doesn't matter. Halanta, if it is Halanta, then the Pullinga, Ling, Strilinga, it doesn't matter. The form in the Vibhakti format is same. Now, Marut. So if you take a Takarant here, Marut, Maruto, Marutaha, Pratama. So if it is like a Ra, for example, Ra. Now we are not interested in the Pratama. Okay, Pratama also. In the Pratama, what will happen if it is just Ra? Because this is a Marut, Takaranta, Pratipadikam, Marut, Asti, Pratama Vibhakti remains same, right? Marut. Marut becomes Marut only. So if it is Pratipadikam Ra, Refa Asti Chet, Pratama Vibhakti Ekvachanam Kim Bhavati? Ra eva. Then Pratama Vibhakti Dvivachanam, sorry, Dvitiya Vibhakti Ekvachanam Kim Bhavati? Ram. Dvitiya Vibhakti Ekvachanam? Ra. Chaturthi? Panchami? Shashti? Saptami? Ri. Okay. So now we got Saptami, we got, this is clear, right? Ri. That is one there. Now the question is, this is now Shashti, where Panchami Shashti, Tesham Raha Ityava Bhavati. But tasya sutrasya karyam društva vayam vaktum shaknumaha tat Shashti Vibhakti rupam asti iti. Tatham, whatever. So Shashti Vibhakti asti tatra. Now, Shashti Vibhakti ro iti katam abhavat tatra. Confusion is with the ro. It is not rahari. So it, tatra rahari. Yes. And because there is a visarga sandhi, it becomes ro. Like Ramaha Vijayate, Ramo Vijayate, like that. You are writing a Rori. So this is Rahari. So Rahari means Repaha Purvarnaha Anantaram Ri Paravarnaha asti chet Re Purvarnaha Repasya रेफस्य किं भवति लोपः भवति. So that is the complete meaning of the sutra. So there are other anvayas are there also there, anuvritti is also there, but the short sutra is rahari. So raha becomes ro.
How we selected marut for vibhakti table?
No, you can select anything. It doesn't. You can select any other. You can select any other. You can select Vanij also, Jalamuch also. If you select anything also, they are all same pattern. See, Jalamuchaha. Right? Jalamuch becomes Jalamuchaha. If it is Ra, thinking that in place of Cha, there is Ra. So here, if there is Cha, Shashti is becoming Chaha. So if the last letter is Ra, it becomes Raha. So you can select any halanta, any pratipadikam ending in any vyanjanam. So they all same. Like say Karin. Say Karin becomes Karina. Anything you select, whatever you select. Here is ours. So here it is Rahari. Atra, why we are not taking Ru here? Because this Purvarana doesn't have to come from the Subanta ending Subanta Pratyaya. It can be any refa. Like that is what we have seen in the previous examples. Atra kimasit tasmakam udaharanam. Aris rakshati atra supratyayat agatamasti agatah eshah varnah arishyati. Atrapi supratyayat agatam. Atrapi supratyaya. But here swarriti, this is not from supratyaya. Right? This is not supratyaya. Similarly antar, this is not supratyaya. These are avayam. There is no supratyaya. These are the original refa. Not because of adding sakara. Sakara is not changing to refa here. Refa itself is a refa here. Okay? So this re has to cater to both of them. The one with the original refa, which is not coming because of sakara. Sakara is not changing to refa here. This is its own refa. So this re has to cater to both. The one which is originating from sakara, and then one which is not originating from sakara. It is original refa. So both refa. So here this is referring to just refa, nothing to do with ru. Because once we say ru, that means it has something to do with the supratyaya. Right? Ru is the one which is, see here, so shuruhu, it says sakara is changing to refa, and that sakara is from the supratyaya. But in these examples, sakara is not changing to refa. Right? So ru is not involved here. Okay? So ro, re. So any refa at the end, and after that paravarna api refa asti, tasya purva refasya lopah bhavati iti. Tasya artha.
Refe pare lopah syat.
Refasya refe pare lopah syat.
Refasya refe pare lopah syat.
So this purva refa can be any refa. It doesn't have to be coming from this supratyaya. So anantaram, so these are simple. So we don't have to go through this, right? Unless anybody has any question. Kapismet, kapi ramate, balakayos gamanam, balakayor gamanam, tais tair melanam, valikathis, valikathir, valikabhi, padayos namanam, padayor namanam. So that will remain like that. Etais agamanam, etair agamanam, antar, antah, kharvasanayo visarjaniya. The antar, antah. Okay.
Sir, andar Antar becomes anda, anda, dirgha.
No, there is no, where is pararefa kutra asti? Pararefa asti, for example, here antarrashtriya. So parerefa asti.
Oh, he is under Rashtriya. That's
Antarashtriya.
That's why I heard what is anda or anda.
But here it is avasanam. There is the ending, right? There is nothing afterwards.
Yeah.
So just anta. Also one more just minor correction here. So last time I wrote Rashtriya Dirgha Ikara, but Dirgha Ikara bhavati Sanskrite Rashtriya. Just keep this in mind. Rashtriya.
Mahodaya. But when we say antarmukha, antarbhaga, refa bhavati. Antarmukha, antarbhaga.
Tatra asti va yatha. There is no ref afterwards, right? Antarbhaga.
Refa stays as it is.
Yeah.
Normally.
See, antarbhaga, refa stays as it is because there is a mrudu varna, mrudu vyanjanam afterwards. Antarnamanam, antargamanam, antarbhagaha. But if it is like again khar, antaha, antarpatati, then kharvasana visarjiniya bhavati tatra, puna visarga, antapatati, antapuram.
No, regarding Anta Rashtriya, whatever it is, normally while speaking we say Antar Rashtriya.
No, not in Sanskrit. That is in our other local languages. The double R, Antarrashtriya, that is on the local. In Sanskritam, the double R is avoided here, right? Because Rori, there is no double R, it is not there. When double R comes, one ref has to go. Punaha, so that is also punaha, karvasane visarjiniya. Then tataparam karvarna asti chetapi punah iti bhavati. अथवा तदनन्तरं हश्वर्णः मृदुव्यञ्जनं भवति चेत् यथा पुनर्लेखनं पुनर्वसतिः इत्यादिकं रेफः एव तिष्ठति तत्र न तु विसर्गः पुनर्गमनम् okay next one ready next one ready Meenakshi Bhagini
Mahodaya, I was not present for the last week's class, so I'm not very sure if I can do it. Prayatnam karomi.
Kasya? So these are this you understood, right? So for this should be.
I am not very sure why Sakara is becoming Refa in Kapis Kurdate. I understand that the Kapis has come from the Supratyaya. But why the Kapis is becoming Refa is still not very clear.
Oh. Okay. Did you listen to the last recording?
Yes, I did listen to the recording.
So
I will.
What is this?
I will listen to it once more so that I get a little more clarity on why the Sakara is becoming Refa. I can see that we are using the Sahaju Shor Ruhu Sutram. Technically I am aware that we are using that Sutram.
So this is simple. Let's Sahaju what did it say? If it is So Sajashoruma says, if there is sakara at the end of a pada, then it changes to refa.
Yeah.
That's why it's becoming refa here, kapir.
But sometimes we are not doing it, no? Like for example, kavi likhati is what
no.
you are saying, right?
No, kapi. Which one?
The fifth one, kavis likhati.
So we are doing it everywhere. Everywhere we are doing that sakara to changing to refa. We are doing it everywhere. That is the first thing we need to understand.
Okay.
Okay. So Sajashoruma, we are doing it everywhere. Wherever there is a sakara at the end, it changes to refa. That is for sure. Okay. Then next one is rori. If the second letter is refa, then the first refa goes away. So check this. Avishka Bhagini has written the steps nicely here. Yeah. As for example here, let's say kapis kurdate. So she has written here Sajashoruma. See, arrow here she has done kapir kurdate. Then Kharvasana Visarjiniya comes and it changes refa to Visarga. Kapi kurdate. Because Paravarnaha Kharvarna asti. Then other examples are also same. Dhenu satati Sajashoruma Dhenu ratati. So these are clear here. Only thing here Kapisramate Asmin Sandarbhe. First Sajashoruma Kapirramate, then Rori that we discussed just now. Rori, this first refa disappears, Kapiramate. Then Dhalope Dirghanaha. Because Dha means what? Dhakar and refa. Right? It has two components in it. Dha and refa. So in either case, one of them, whether Dha goes away or refa goes away, in either case, पूर्वस्य अन्वर्णस्य दीर्घः भवति. पूर्वान्वर्णः अस्ति अत्र इकारः, तस्य दीर्घः भवति.
And that is because in the previous step we had removed the refa.
Yes. We have removed this refa. Now, this dhakara examples are there, but not relevant to our discussion here. There are other examples where if the dhakara goes away, then also the purvasya hana dirgha bhavati. For example, lidha, liha lidha. So those examples are there, but right now not relevant. Okay, somewhat clear.
This table is given. This is solved by somebody, or you are giving a group?
No, this is Avishka Bhagini has solved this. And then by next week, I hope you are also going to write the same thing.
Sorry, I am not following the revisions, but I will do it. Somehow I am not.
Yeah. So other thing, important thing about one thing we need.
Home read, but I will try to do revisions.
Yeah.
Then I can probably raise logical questions, not illogical.
Yeah. What happens in Sandhi especially is that sutras, as long as we keep on listening to somebody else's saying, explaining, or somebody else, whatever they have done this work, it seems that it is easy to understand. Okay, then after that, what happens? There are many questions, doubts next time. But when we write them, so when, for example, when Sandhi is given like this, do this, start writing. So start writing and start thinking about what sutra is applied here, like what Avishka Bhagini has done here. When you do it yourself, then these becomes very firm in your mind. But if you just keep on listening when I explain it, you listen to it, or somebody else's lecture you listen, or read it in the book, then somebody else's, you see this here, it looks simple. Yeah, it's okay. Write this, but this happens like this. But then after that, what happens? The sutras, we forget actually how the sutras operate one by one in the sequence. Only when we write it by hand, okay? So write that by hand or pen, paper, sit down and write it, or if you want to type, that's fine, I'm saying. Write it, go how the sutras, they apply one by one, then they stick with us for a long time. And it becomes pleasure to understand them, how they work.
You have to write step by step and mention the sutras.
Yes.
Then only you can understand or refer more. Or if sutra is not understood, you can raise the question.
So
because
under 6311 Sutra, how we pronounce the da letter? D, it is a D, or it's a peculiar sign is given under the da.
What sign?
Da, under 63111, Dalope Dirkha Anaha. But how we pronounce that da, I don't know.
We pronounce it like this. How do you pronounce it? First one.
Oh, yeah, but the printing it is just like
no, printing has a r there, refa, dra. It is like this, dra. There is a ref. It is like
yes.
It is like this, dra.
Yeah.
That has both dha and ra, both in that.
Yes. Understood, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Because this understanding these sutras, this is important before we move forward. Especially this Shuruhu. That we understand because where they were kutrapi sakara asti padante tatra refasya adesha bhavati. So tadanantaram kim bhavati pashyama. Now this sutra is going to sutra kim prayaha kadachit kim bhavati brahmatmaka bhavati. So you get confused like, instead of focusing on this actual words or for example, what is Ramaha plus Asti? So what Sandhi should take place? What is the final form? So to arrive at, so we'll have to first think of what sutra comes there. So first start with Rama, plus then add that we want Prathama Vipti Ekvachanam, Supratyaya Sakara, Rama plus so Rama plus then Ramas, Tadanantaram Kim Sutram. Okay, then if you don't know the sutra, then it is confusing. If you don't remember, so you'll have to again look at these different slides or whatever is reference you have. Tadanantaram Prathamam Kim Bhavati, Sasishorum, Ramar Riti Bhavati, Tadanantaram Kim Bhavati. So you have to remember all that. So in this, it feels like we are getting lost somewhere. So maybe what we can start like a reverse way. First, see, all these sutras Panini wrote long time back, right? Like maybe 2,000 years, 3,000 years. So Tadha kim asit Sanskritam Sanskrit Bhasha Prachuryena Jana Bhasha Asit. So it was very commonly used. Maybe may not be for day-to-day work, but very prachuryana, and it was very common. Everybody was knowing it. So with that understanding, with that context, this sutra, this Vyakaranam was written at that time. So this assumes, this Vyakarana Shastram of Panini Ashtadhya assumes that you already are familiar with this with the common words, common usages, like Ramasti, Kandukha Patati. And so it is not like we are going to look at the sutras, we in the sense, Tatratya Jana, Ye Jana Tatkale Asan Tada. They are not going to look at the sutras and then decide, okay, how is this Kandukha Patati? Whether it is Kandukha Patati, is Kandukas Patati, Kandukar Patati, Kandukha Patati. Are they going to look at the sutras and decide? No, because it was already in use. Prayogyasya. So this is, with that assumption, these sutras are compiled here. So for us, it becomes a little bit confusing here, what sutra also. Yeah, but here, when we are in doubt here now, then we can take the reference of this sutra. We can refer to the sutras and then decide, because of this sutra, yes, for example, Manas Shastram asti, Manas Shastram. Now when is Manas Shastram, whether it is Manaha Shastram, Mano Shastram, or what something else, Manas Shastram, or it is a Manas Shastram, Manas Shastram, which one should be there? For if those kind of situations, then we can dig into this sutras and then decide. But otherwise, most of us are reading Kasya Patanam Bhavateva Asmakam. Generally, we are familiar with the Bhagavad Gita, right? Ramayanam Kasya Bhagar, Stotrani Santi, Stavanani, Padyani, Natakani. So we are at least familiar with some of them, right? So where we are reading at least Bhagavad Gita, Tatra Bahunam Padanam Prayoga Bhavateva Yatha Prathama shloka kaha asti, Bhagavad Gita shloka, some shloka. Anybody want to recite Bhagavad Gita shloka? Bhagavad Gita shloka. Anybody?
The first shloka in the Bhagavad Gita?
Any shloka. If you remember first shloka, that's fine.
Dharmakshetrai.
Samveta Yuyutsavaha.
Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kimakurvatu Sanjaya.
Dhritarashtra Vacha.
Dhritarashtra Vacha.
Dhritarashtra Vacha. Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samveta Yuyutsavaha. Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya.
So there, this one and like when we use, we already know, we already see these different words. Right? So when we see the different words, and at least now we are studying Sanskritam, like to some extent, we know, and we know the context of that yuddham. Who is fighting? How many are fighting? Who is saying to whom their words, and what is referring that? So we can figure out there whether it is a pullingam, strilingam, or a napunsakalingam, or ekavachanam, dvivachanam, bahuvachanam, right? Like that, and whether it is a sambodhanam. All those we can understand from the context. So, for example, atra, okay, Dhritarashtra Vacha is there, right? Shilabhagini, Dhritarashtra Vacha. So, what does it mean actually?
Dhritarashtra is saying.
So, are the Dhritarashtra and Vacha? So, what is the lingam of the Dhritarashtra?
Dhritarashtra Pulinga.
Hmm?
Pulinga.
Vachanam.
Ekavachan.
Ekavachanam. Vibhakti.
Prathama Vibhakti.
Okay, so it is like, what is the Pratipadikam? It is like what Shabda? What other Shabda?
Rama Shabdavat.
Rama Shabdavat. Iti Rama Shabdasya Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachana Rupam Kim?
Ramah.
But Tatra Kevalam Dhritarashtra iti asti. Dhritarashtra nasti. So, is it correct or wrong? Bhagavad Gita.
Shuddhameva asti.
Shuddhameva asti. So, Shuddham asti chet Dhritarashtra uvacha bhavet iti padam. Dhritarashtra visargah bhavet tatra visargah nasti. Visargah luptah. So, now visargah lupta. So now we know the form. Like Dhritarashtra uvacha iti bhavet visarga lopaha bhavat tatra. Now continue that shloka. The prathama shloka. Dharmakshetre.
Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samavetaha Yuyutsavaha.
Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre, there is no problem with that. That is the Saptami Vibhakti, right? Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre. Nantram Samaveta Yuyutsavaha. Tatra visarga asti va nasti?
Nasti. Visargah asti. Loke na drishyate. Tasya lopah. Samavetaha.
Lopah asti. Lopah bhavati. भवेत् परन्तु यथा धृतराष्ट्रोवाच तत्रापि विसर्गः भवेत् परन्तु न श्रूयते लोपः अभवत् तथैव समवेतायोत्सवः इति तत्रापि लोपः अभवत् न श्रूयते समवेताः इति किमर्थं हाउ डू वी नो दैट विसर्गः भवेत् तत्र इति व्हाई आर वी सेइंग विसर्ग इज लोप व्हाई नॉट समवेता
समवेताः प्रथमः बहुवचने अस्ति
कथं जानीमः बहुवचने इति बिकॉज़ इट कुड बी स्त्रीलिंग आल्सो समवेता आकारान्त
these are all we are referring to groups Pandavaha, Mamakaha, Samavetaha, Yutsavaha.
Yeah, all pulling
all
विशेषण विशेष्य भावः अपि
बहुवचन रूपम्
विशेष विशेषण भावः अस्ति कस्य विशेषणं योत्सवः
योत्सवः पदस्य विशेषणं
योत्सवः तदत् बहुवचनम् इति कथं जानीमः
योत्सवः गुरुशब्दवत् दृश्यते
गुरवः इति जानीमः so we know that samaveta has to be bahuvachanam that is why we because of the context we know otherwise if somebody who doesn't know the context or some this yuddha context how many who are if we just look at the samaveta you might think okay there is akaranta strilinga bhavet okay that's fine so on but we know that it can't be because it is referring to pullinga bahuvachanam of yotsavah so it has to be samavetaah now it is also like samavetah samavetaah iti akaranta pullingasya bahuvachanam bhavet samavetaah iti so here atrapi visargasya lopah bhavati we know that. Now so here we know the conditions now again continue forward samavetaah yotsavah nantram
mamakaah pandavaschaiva
so here what is happening mamakaah pandavaah so there mamakaah there is there a visarga lopa or not
there is no visarga
no visarga lopa nasti visarga lopa nasti
samhita
no samhita bhavateva remember mohoday wherever there is a padyam sarvatra samhita bhavati padyam means the shlokas are padya sarvatra samhita bhavati eva otherwise the padya cannot be formed that is the rule of a chandas padya nirmana then they have to be read with the samhita also like when we are reading dharmakshetre kurukshetre samaveta don't stop there you'll have to complete that samaveta yutsavah only after the end of the first line you have to virama yutsavah virama because there is a line, right? Samaveta yutsavaha. Stop. Mamakah Pandavah Chaiva. So it's a continuous. You have to stop only at the end. Mamakah Pandavah Chaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. Though in between, while writing on the paper printed, you see that Mamakaha, Pandavaha, no, Pandavah Chaiva. After that there is a gap. Kimakurvata, there is a gap. Sanjaya, there is a gap. No, that gap is only for our ease of reading, not for ease of pronunciation. Pronunciation is continuous, has to be there, the whole line, without samhita, in between the words also. Even between chaiva and also. Mamakah Pandavas chaiva kimakurvata sanjaya is continuous. Okay? No gap.
तत्रापि मामकाः पाण्डवाश्चैव तत्र उपध्मानीयं भवेत् खलु मामकाः
उपध्मानीय अस्ति उपध्मानी right there is samhita asti parantu upadhmaniya bhavati tat and there is upadhmaniya there is another there could be different options also but because of the visarga but samhita to asti it has to be read continuously. No mamakah pandava then there is also pandavaschaiva. Of course, there is Sandhi, right? Pandavaschaiva. What Sandhi it is? You know that already. Pandavaschaiva.
Yeah.
So, asmin kani padani santi? Pandavaschaiva. Padani kani?
Pandavaha cha.
Pandavaha cha anantaram eva. So sandhi kidrusha sandhi atra Pandavaha plus cha kidrusha sandhi
pratamam tu visarga lopa sakara anantaram shchitvam.
So
Pandavascha bhavati.
Now we are saying visarga lopa, but yeah, that is how if you look at the visarga sandhi side. But if you look at the sutra side, sutra krama kim bhavati. What is the how do we start? Take the pratipadikam first, right? What is the first pratipadikam? What is the pratipadikam?
Akaranta pumlinga Pandava shabda.
Pandava anantaram
Pandavas.
No, there so just iti pratama vyakti bhavachanam. Anyway, so it comes into Pandavas. Or Pandavas. English, Pandavas. So Pandavas plus cha. So note that there is no visarga here anywhere right now. If you go by sutra, it starts with the sa only.
Right, so it becomes chitva sandhi.
Now what happens?
Sasaji shorusha should apply.
Sasaji shoruhu. Pandavar.
It should become Pandavar.
Anantaram. Kharavasanayoh.
Kharavasanayoh visarjiniyoh.
Kharasti kimetat? Kharasti? Karnasti chakara.
Am mahode, khari.
Kharas.
So now what happens now? Pandavas, Refa becomes what? Karavasana Visarjaniya.
Pandavaha.
Pandavaha. Now it changes to Visarga. Okay? Pandavaha cha. Now we have this Pandavaha cha. Now still the Chutva is not going to happen. Right? Why? Because what does Chutva needs what?
Sakaram at the end.
Sakara?
You need Sakara Tavarga.
Sakara
Tavarga. To become Shakara Chavarga.
So here there is a cha is there, no, sorry, Visarga Cha is there as per the Sutra Krama. So this is not going to still work, right? So because there is Visarga. So we need the other things to happen here. So let's keep it like that for now. As per the Sutra. But if you really look at just this, we can say that there is a Chutva. Yes, there is Chutva. Anantaram Kim? Cha plus Eva. What is this?
Vriddhi Saiva.
Vriddhi Radhe.
A plus A, I.
What Sandhi? Sutram Kim?
Vriddhi Rich. Vriddhi Rich.
Which one? Vriddhi Rich or Vriddhi Radhe?
Vriddhi Radhe is a Sanya Sutra.
Vriddhi Rich.
Vriddhi Rich. So, yeah. So the purpose of this is like, so we know some of them, if not all, that how the sandhis are happening based on our reading so far, our knowledge so far, like in the stotram or even in the any stotra mistake, sahasranama, whatever sahasranama, any stotra, everywhere there will be sandhi, and we know how these sandhis, how this combination of letters looking like. Pandavaschaiva, Mamaka, Pandavaschaiva, there is no Visarga not going away there. And Dhritarashtra Vacha, Samaveta Yutsava, Visarga Lopa Hasti. So when is Visarga Lopa? Pandavaschaiva, Kima Kurvata Sanjaya. So Kima Kurvata Sanjaya, Tatra Kimapi Nasti. Sandhina, Kima Kurvata Sanjaya. But there is Sanjaya, Sanjaya also there is a Sanjaya. If you write it like this, right? Sanjaya, you write like this, or Sanjaya, write like this. Tatra Sandhi, because the original it is like this, Sam plus Jaya, right? Sam plus Jaya. Together, it changes the Ucharan to Sanjaya or Sanjaya. So, Ucharanasya Bhedaha asti. So, here atrapi Sandhi asti, Sanjaya asti. So, we know the sandhis are happening. Only thing, using this, we are trying to figure out which sutras or what sutras are supporting these forms. So, we don't have to be caught in this sutra jala, or we don't have to be overwhelmed. Okay, what is this? Otherwise, if we don't understand the sutras, then we won't understand the form of the word. So that is not like that. We already know the form of the word. We're just trying to find which sutras are supporting it. So main thing is we can focus on the literature or the lekhanam, bhashanam, tatra, but right ones. It's also important that we are looking at the right source, good one. So otherwise, if our source itself is wrong, then we will just keep on debating or even more confused about it. So so what I am saying is, do not get discouraged by these sutras who sometimes look scary. So the thing we are trying to figure out. So in that sense, so for example, in the Dhritarashtra Vacha, so there Dhritarashtra we know Dhritarashtra bhavet visargah prathama vibhakti ekvachana rupam bhavati Dhritarashtra. Tadanantaram vacha asti ukaraha. Ukara is what? It's a swaravarna. So now, so far, have we come across that example? So for it, let us look so far. So even if you apply Sajashu Ruhu, because Dhatarashtras, right? Dhatarashtras becomes, so here it becomes Munis iti, here it becomes Munir iti. So similarly, if you apply Dhatarashtras Uvacha, then it becomes Dhatarashtrar Uvacha, Refaha. Then if you keep it like that, it becomes, keep it like that, it becomes Dhatarashtrar Uvacha. But we know that that is not the right form, right? Because it is changing to Dhatarashtra Uvacha, Sanjaya Uvacha. So the Arjuna Uvacha, like that, there is no Visarga there. So this Sajashishwaruhu applies, but after that something else has to happen. That is what we are going to wait. And that's what why we are studying these sutras now. Okay, to get the final form like that, Dhatarashtra Vacha, Arjuna Vacha, like that. Similarly, Samaveta Yutsavaha. In that we note Samavetaha Yutsavaha. Paravarna asti Yakaraha. What is Yakaraha? It is a Mruduvarna, Hashvarna asti. Purvarna, Visargat Purva, Akara asti Samaveta. So have we...
Ukaraha asti. Anantaram ukaraha asti.
Yutsava. Yutsavaha. So tatra api visargalopa purvarna akarah asti visargat puram. Visargat itte sakarat puram. Samavetas becomes samavetar, right? Samavetar yutsavaha. Now that we want to remove that refa somehow, because that is the correct form we know, right? So if we applied Sajashoruhu, where it became samavetas, then became samavetar, anantaram yutsava asti. Now we want to remove that refa somehow, which only if you apply Sajashoruhu, it is not happening. So now we'll have to wait for our following sutras, what is going to happen further. And we'll have to find that sutra which satisfy that condition. So in that respect, probably if you want to go to this Sandhi Parachaya on this grammar page, there is important Sandhi Parachaya, where here there is a Purvarna Paravarna. So what you can do, you can at home, you can take a look at this. For example, Dasaha Asmi becomes Dasosmi, Ramahayam, Ramoyam. So you can get familiarized if you are not already familiar with some of the Gita Shloka and other
lot of Gita Shlokas are there.
Not there. But there are other, here Ramoyam, these are also. But what I am saying is you can also refer to this table here, so that not only this regarding Visarga, but generally how these forms are taking, words are taking the forms here. Nityaptaha upaste, Nityapta upaste. Other example, Samaveta Yutsava, Samaveta Yutsava. In both the cases, you know, that after this Visarga there is a Swara here, and there is a Yakara, there is a Yakara, at least we know it is a Hashvarna, right? Mruduvarna, or, right, it is a Mruduvarna. So just start forming these or noticing these things, conditions here. This will help in understanding the sutras. When you start noticing what the Purvarna, what Paravarna is there. That Purvarna, Visargat Purvarna, Akara asti. Here Visargat Purvarna, Akara asti, Paravarna, Akara asti. So both there are Akara here, right? Then it is changing it to like this, Ramoyam, Arjuna Vacha. There is Purvarna, Akara, Paravarna, Ukara. Here Purvarna is A, then Paravarna is either it is Swara or it is Hashvarna. So things like that. Now here Purvarna, Akara, Paravarna, Swara. But what is Paravarna? Hashvarna, Mruduvarna asti chet kim bhavati. Paravarna, Kharvarna, Karkashavanjanam asti chet kim bhavati. So that example is not given. So where it is given? Here, for example, Ramaha Ragamanihi. Here Purvarna Akara like this, like Dasaha Here also Purvarana Akara, here also Purvarana Akara. Paravaranaha Akaraha, but here Paravaranaha Refaha. What is Refaha? Or here Harihi. It is Mruduvenjanam. Right? So when Paravarana is Mruduvenjanam, it is changing to O like this. Visarga is changing to O. Ramo, Yogeshwaro. But if it is Paravarana is A, then it is becoming like a mixture. Ramoyam. So these things you have to start noticing. Similarly, Guruhu Brahma. So here Purvarana, Visargat Purvarana, Ukaraha. Because we talked about Akara. Akara and Akara Purvarana we talked about. Right? And after Akara, if there is a Mruduvenjanam, we talked about. And after Akara, if there is a Mruduvarana and Swaravarana, that also is spoke about. Then Purvarana Ukarana. I is finished, but it is Purvarana is Ukaraha, Paravaranaha Mruduvarana, Mruduvenjanam. So in that case, Refa is there, as we have seen before. Guru Brahma, Muniriti, like that. Marutihi Yasya, Marutir Yasya. But now the other cases, Kaivartaka Kesava, Purvarana Akara, Paravaranaha, Karkashanjanam. So which was not here. So that condition is different here. Paravarana, Karkashanjanam, Kaivartaka Kesava. So Visarga remains there. Then here Purvarana Akara, Paravarana also. Paravarana is Karkashanjanam. So before that we had looked at Paravarana, Swara and or Mruduvenjanam. Here Purvarana Akara, Paravarana, Karkashanjanam. Here Visarga remains Visarga or Upadmaniya. Yeah. Now similarly Charana, Chadma. Now Cha is coming here. There is a little bit difference here. Cha. So here though this is Karkasha, because Cha it is changing to Shakara. Charanas Chadma Charanaha Pandavascha. So there is again a difference. Now how the sutras are going to support this form. Similarly, Tata Ramashtikate, which we have seen before, but Shakta Hate. So here Akara Puram, then there is a Kharvarna, but Kharvarna which is different than Ka and Pa. If it is different than Ka, Pa, then there is a Sakaraka, remains there, Shaktaste. So these things, there are other things also. So start noticing the different combination. That is what I am saying. Different combination. What is Purvarana, Paravarana, and I am so we have covered these different Purvarana, Paravarana for Swara case and Sandhi also. Then Echoya Vayava. Sutras are also given here for the Swara Sandhi, because for the Vyanjana Sandhis, you know that we can't just give one sutra there. There are multiple sutras are involved. Then Vyanjana Sandhi is given here, Chatva Sandhi, but you know that these are again originate somewhere else, like Shuru, etc., and they come to this Chatva Stoshanasho at this stage. So just that's why if you want to go through this list, you spare time just noticing Purvarana, Paravarana, how these are changing. Then it becomes easy when we are discussing the examples. So which condition we are looking at, right?
This tabulation is not fully visible. This tabulation which you have put for the various sandhis, the left hand side is not fully visible. I don't know. Only in my case it is not there, or I don't know.
Where right now?
Everything, Mahodaya. I can see everything.
Right now on your screen you are saying?
Yeah, I can see everything, Mahoday.
Left hand side column is not fully visible.
It is visible, Mahoday.
Yeah, later on you can go there. Later on your computer or somewhere you can go to this page, which is Sandhis, right? You can go to the home page and top there is a grammar. Go to grammar and go at the bottom there is a Sandhi Parichaya. Go to Sandhi Parichaya number 8. Then you can see that.
Okay. Under grammar, Sandhi Parichaya, isn't it, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it also given in book? That whatever you have given?
Book, not this kind of. I don't think there is this list.
Whatever book we have downloaded.
Yeah.
Is it there?
Yeah, not this kind of, no, not this table, but there is a like a Purvana Paravarna table for each type of Sandhi is there. Sarga Sandhi, there are Purvana, not with the examples, but just with the Aha plus what happens. There is like a table. For Saravarna also, there is Sarasandhi also, there is a table. Vyanjana Sandhi also, there is a table in the book.
This is like a summary. It's very useful, Mahoday.
Yeah, Lakshmi Kandamade, what happened?
No, nothing. I'm just.
Come here, but we don't have enough time. This is a new chapter here. But just in short, let me tell you what this sutra is. This sutra looks very scary. Okay. Vasumati Bhagini, Sutram Patatu. Good.
भो भगो अघो अपूर्वस्य योषि भोस् भगोस् अघोस् अवर्णः एतत् पूर्वकस्य रोः यकारः आदेशः स्यात् अशीपरे रेफवर्णात् पूर्वम् अकारः अनन्तरम् अश् अस्ति चेत् रुस्थाने यकारः आदेशः स्यात्.
So this is simple in a way, because there are other words which are added here. That is why it looks a little bit complicated. So these words, which this sutrasya artha bhavati bhos, bhagos, aghos, avarnaha. Tatra bho, bhago, agho, apurvasya yoshi, yaha ashi. So again, you note that ashi vibhakti katra ashi, like
Saptami.
Achi, ashi, like that. Ashi means ash pratyaharasya saptami vibhakti. What is the ash pratyaharasya kaschit varnaha pare asti chet, means paravarnaha ash pratyahara asti chet. That is one thing which is clear. What is ash pratyahara?
सर्वे वर्णाः
सर्वे varnaha. There are more varnas here.
All the vowels and soft consonants.
All swaras, all vyanjanas, except.
What is there, Mahodaya? What did you say? Sorry,
all vowels and soft consonants. Mridu Vanjanana.
Okay. All the swaras, sarve swaravarnaha, which are in the ach here, anantaram mridu vyanjanani. Or to sha.
Yeah,
mridu vyanjanani.
Antastha and mridu vyanjanani. Yeah, mridu vyanjanani.
So, to sha, this is hash varna is mridu vyanjanani. And then to cha, these are swaravarna. So ash is all the swaravarna and mridu vyanjana. So that part is in the sutra. So one of the swaras or one of the mridu vyanjana has to be paravarna. लक्ष्मीकांत महोदय कृपया म्यूट करोतु. धन्यवाद. One second. So that has to be Paravarna. So that part is clear. Now, Purvana kim bhavet? Bhos, Bhagos, Agos and Avarnaha etat purvakasya roho yakaraha adesha syat. Ashipare. Now, Bhos, Bhagos, Agos, these are the three avyayas, which means like, like Bho Rama, Bho Krishna, so like that we use. So those are these words actually. All those words are used in the Sambodhana. So these are specially added here because this sutra applies to those words also. But for now, let's ignore these for now. Like how we ignored that Dhalope, Dirgona, and that Dha we ignored. So right now, let's ignore this for our purpose. Let's focus on this Avarana. Apurvasya. Apurvasya Refasya. Refasya is not given here, not in this sutra, but it is coming from the Purva Sutra. So, Avaranaha etat purvakasya roho yakaraha adesha syat ashipare. Refa varnat purvam akaraha. Okay. Refa varnat purvam akaraha anantaram ash asti chet rusthane yakara adesha bhavati. Now we can take the example here. Vedhas iha. Okay. Vedhaha. Vedha, Vedha. Brahma iti. Vedhas iha. So atra kim asti? Sakaraha. Right? Vedhas iha. Sakaraha. Sakarasya kim parivartanam bhavati? Sashishuruhu. Meenakshi Bhagini. मीनाक्षी भगिनी किं भवति?
पुनरेकवारं वदतु महोदय.
नो, एतत् वेदास् इति पदमस्ति. अनन्तरम् इह नौ वेदास् किं भवति? सजशुषोरुः. If you apply that
sutram, sakaram becomes repa.
Repa. So it has become Vedharya, right? Vedhar. Vedhas is turning into Vedhar because of Sachajashoruhu. Okay? Yes? Yeah. Anantaram, as per this Bhavago, Apurvatsa, Yoashi, now we have to look at the condition here. Ashi, Ash Paravana kaha?
E is there, so it belongs to Ash Pratyahara.
Ash Pratyahara, because Swaravarana. And Refat Purvam kim asti?
Mriduvanjanam.
No, not Mriduvanjanam. Kim asti? Kaha varna?
Akaram, Swara asti. Akaram.
Akara asti. Now, does it satisfy this condition? Bho, Bhago, Agos, Avarna, Etat Purvakasya Roho. Means, Refa asti, tasya refat purvam akarah syat. Is there akara before that?
No, we have Dirgha akara, not akara. We have Dirgha akara, we do not have Sasva akara.
So, does this condition apply or not?
No, it does not apply.
What is the Ayushka Bhagini?
It will apply because
Akaraha means
yes, akar means both and
So remember, we have to remember what akara, when in the sutra Panini says just a. So what all is included in this
Dirgha, Hasva,
Dirgha.
And Pluta.
And Pluta.
And what else? How many variations are there?
Anunasika and Ananunasika also are included.
And how many variations are there?
Total 18 are possible.
Anudatta, Udatta, Swarita.
Yeah, 18.
So when he says all are included. Because now Anudatta, Udatta, Swarita, Niranunasika, Anunasika, those are again, yes, they are included, but for our Laukika Prayoge, तावत् तस्य महत्त्वम् इदानीं नास्ति. इदानीं किं कुर्मः, तस्य उपेक्षां कुर्मः. उपेक्षां कृत्वा केवलम् अकार इत्युक्ते ह्रस्वदीर्घ इति चिन्तयतु. ह्रस्वकारः और दीर्घकार, both are there. Sorry, both means either one of them. So this sutra means avarna here, refat purvam, either it should be hraswakara or dirgha akar. Either one. Then what happens? Refasya yakara adesha. In place of refa, ya comes. Ya. Yakara adesha. Yaha shi. Yoshi. Yakara. So refa changes to
Yakara.
Yakara. So it becomes Vedhas iha, starts like that. Anantram Vedhar iha. Tadanantram Refat Purvam Akaraha means Dirgha Akara asti. So it changes to Vedhai iha. Okay. Similarly, Anyat Udahanam asti Ramas asti. Ramas Vibhaktihi ka Vachanam.
Prathama Ekavachanam.
Prathama Ekavachanam. Ramas Asit. Punah Sasashishoruhu. Ramar. At this stage, Refat Puram kim asti?
Akaram asti.
Akara asti. Akara asti is a hraswa. So hraswa or dirgha, doesn't matter. But now pare kim asti api chintaniyam. Pare kim asti?
Pare akaram asti, and that belongs to Ash Pratyara.
Ash Pratyara. Now idanim I. Sorry, ya iti bhavati.
Refasya sthane yakaraha.
Yakaraha. So what becomes now final form here? Vedhaiha. So Vedhasiha becomes Vedhaiha. Okay. Similarly, Ramasasit becomes Ramayasit. Ramayasit.
Since ya is Vyanjana, can it not ya plus e Vedaiha?
Yes. Yeah, it is Vedaiha only. Vedaiha. Similarly here Ramayasit. Ramayasit. So these are the forms as of now, when we after this sutra. Now after this, if there is any change further happens, we'll see that further. Okay, we'll stop here. Okay.
धन्यवादः
Namaskaraha.
Hari Om.
धन्यवादः महोदय.